Manchester United. Well, he is out today, as you've heard, through illness. So Thomas Kuszczak, signed from West Bromwich Albion, makes his United debut. Rooney, Ronaldo and Scholes available together for Sir Alex for only the second time this season. Compensation for the loss of the really in-form Ryan Giggs and the longer-term absence of another wide player, Park Ji-sung, who scored against Arsenal in that 2-0 win here in April. John O'Shea, ever present in the Premiership this season, keeps up that run despite losing his midfield job against Celtic in midweek. It's Michael Carrick who stands down today. Thierry Henry is still not right after picking up a foot injury playing for France, and Robin van Persie, a casualty from the Champions League in midweek. But Kolo Touré, who came off early in Hamburg, has made a rapid recovery. Freddie Ljungberg, now Arsenal's longest-serving player, replaces van Persie, which means some tinkering with the system of play, which is where Andy comes in.
Well, Manchester United should be pretty easy, Martin, in that respect. I don't expect them to do anything other than that. Things I would say about, although they started brilliantly well, I do think that Rio Ferdinand and Wes Brown at times have looked a little vulnerable, not as rock solid as possibly they could be, and with Kuszczak in blow behind them now, it's important for Manchester United the two centre-backs play well. The wide area as well, Ronaldo back in, we have him on the left here, but don't be surprised if at times he changes and Fletcher and him change sides at times during the game, seeing how he gets on. He does like to have a little look at who he's up against, Ronaldo, and then take his skills wherever he thinks he might get a bit of joy. O'Shea's in to freshen it up, but also I think to win a few tackles. I think he's more of a ball winner than Michael Carrick, and that may have influenced the Manchester United manager as well. The two up top, if you give them service, you give them the ball, they can just about win any game on their own. We talked about Arsene Wenger and his dilemma, if you like, about how to play, what to play. Back four will take care of itself. We expect that to be, as we see there. We have a five in midfield with Freddie on the left here. He could play more central. Rosicky could move. They could go into a four and match up with United and just say to Ljungberg, you know, go and float around Adebayor, get yourself involved. But I do think that when they lose it, they'll expect Ljungberg to get back in a straight line from wherever he's lost the ball or they've lost the ball to supplement that midfield. But it's talented. If this five command the ball, then they can get a result today.
Well, Arsenal have been more style than substance in the Premiership so far, but they've been going well in Europe. Remember, they had to qualify for the Champions League and did that very capably. Manchester United have already beaten 3 London clubs, plus Watford. So another chance to sink their teeth into the southeast of England. Gary Neville, a veteran of this particular rivalry. But some of the main characters from perhaps the horror shows of the past have moved on. Ruud van Nistelrooy, the latest, who always, Andy, seemed to rub Arsenal up the wrong way.
Well, there's one or two left that can still spark a little, particularly in Manchester United side. You see two of them in the picture, the captain, and then the number 8, prodigious talent that's in the body of Wayne Rooney, are certainly up tempers and even Scholes, as Roy Keane says, with a little nasty streak in them. They're still there in United, less so, as you see, in Arsenal. I think, you know, the Vieiras, the Laurens, the Keowns of this world of...
There's Lehmann, of course, who can get a bit spiky.
But he's limited. He's limited. But this is, I always talk about when you stand in the tunnel. So often in a football match, you see captains shake hands, smile at each other, sometimes even embrace of the two foreign captains. But you look at Gary Neville there. This is business. This is a business end. There's no niceties here. It's a job to be done, and let's get on and do it.
Well, almost 10 years now, this rivalry between today's managers. When Fergie meets the Frenchman, feathers do fly. Arsenal striving to deposit a first win in the Barclays Premiership in this campaign. The league table can't dilute a major rivalry on Grand Slam Sunday. It's Manchester United aiming to return to the top against Arsenal, and it's live.
This is the one, always has been since the start of the Premiership. Part 2 of Grand Slam Sunday, Manchester United against Arsenal. We are interactive. If you are a Sky digital viewer and you wish to enjoy that facility, push the red button on the remote control, follow the instructions. That's where you'll find that menu page. Match commentators, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Match referee Graham Poll, the Premier League's first pick, it seems, for taking charge of a fixture that comes with some baggage. Thomas Kuszczak, who was a regular in the Premiership for West Brom last season. He's actually here on a 4-year deal, the first year of which is technically still a loan. He's certainly into the lion's den. Perfect start so far for Manchester United. I'm sure several of their players have tried to sneak a look at Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yeah. They'll know the score. They'll know what's happened.
Rio Ferdinand, the midweek hero, Saha.
Just looking at Arsenal quickly, it is a 5 they're starting with. Ljungberg definitely on the left, Rosicky in field a little. And just Adebayor up top on his own, and Ronaldo starting on the left for Manchester United.
Adebayor seen off by Wes Brown. So now Henry to help Adebayor. The absent Arsenal captain's been saying about his team they got to not rely on him. Well, they certainly can't rely on him today. Neville. Scholes trying to take it down. John O'Shea there to help him. Silvestre keeping his place ahead of Everett at left back. Oh, it's in behind for Fletcher.
Great defending from Gallas. You talk about responsible defending, this is it. They could easily have let him go, and often defenders would have done, but Gallas stuck with the run, tracked it every inch of the way. What a big decision that was early on, the Arsenal defender. Super play.
He's got a very good record from his Chelsea time against Manchester United, including scoring a couple of goals. One right at the back end of last season, Gallas got when Chelsea clinched the title by beating United at Stamford Bridge. The day, of course, remembered most because Rooney got injured prior to the World Cup.
Well, I watched Paul Scholes be like a conductor of an orchestra here on Wednesday night. I can't believe Arsenal will allow him the same room that Celtic did to pull those strings. Because if they do, they could be in trouble. And I think that when Paul gets the ball, they'll be right in his face as quick as possible.
Manchester United were a bit sloppy at the back in that game, and Ferdinand culpable for the first goal that Celtic scored. And Saha turned that around. Ronaldo was suspended, but he is back. Not working, Jens Lehmann.
You just think for the boy's sake, it's important that what he does with Ronaldo is keeps him going outside. If he turns him inside like that onto his stronger foot, his right side, he might just be asking for trouble.
Gallas. Fletcher. Nicely taken and reflecting the current confident vein of Saha. Boué wrong-footing his fellow defender, fellow countryman Kolo Touré. Done very well to get fit again so quickly after going off early on Wednesday, when Arsenal shouldn't forget in looking at their poor start to the Premiership that they're doing the business in Europe again. Last season's Champions League finalists. Very good win in Hamburg.
I think they've been a little unlucky in the Premiership. I think they've taken an awful lot of stick, and I think they've played well. And I think maybe not today, obviously, with the quality opposition, but they've got a hammering in them for somebody very shortly, I'm sure of it.
I saw them lose their one Premiership game just across town here at the City of Manchester Stadium. Plenty of chances.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been heavyweights punching like featherweights, in truth. Lehmann. Now, Graham Poll has seen that that's outside the area.
Well, he's indicating that he was right down the line of it. He wasn't really right down the line of it.
Yellow card for Jens Lehmann.
He was nearly down the line of it. He's a bit off centre here. You don't even see the referee in the picture, so he's not right down the line of it. But Lehmann doesn't drag it in, and it's very close. Now there's some of that ball on the line. Certainly some of that's on the line. The referee's wrong. He's tried to indicate he was down the line. I'm sorry, Graham, you weren't down the line. You can see that quite clearly from the pictures.
Oh, what sort of implications will it have for Arsenal from the free kick, maybe for Lehmann later on? He's a good distance away from it, Graham Poll, whatever angle he had on it. And where he's placing the ball, I don't think it was quite where Jens Lehmann picked it up. But it's a decision that's been made now.
Well, what do you think with this guy? You wouldn't surprise you if he just puts his foot through this, but from this angle...
That's what he tends to do, Andy.
Yeah, no.
And there he goes.
Yeah. You just felt it was always against him, didn't you?
There's a huge shout, as you'd expect, from 70,000 or so Manchester United fans.
Well, watch the referee come into this. Now, he's saying, I was down the line of it. Well, really, Graham, in all honesty, you're nowhere near down the line of it. And that's a really big call. Look, there he says, I'm down the line.
I'll put it this way, if an assistant was flagging for an offside from that position relative to the incident, you'd say he was out of position, wouldn't you? Anyway, it's been given, been taken, and been wasted, in fact, by Manchester United. Scholes. Ferdinand. Rooney, who's scored in this fixture in the last 2 seasons. Arsenal haven't won here since they won the Premiership title in 2002. Sylvain Wiltord's goal. They haven't scored a goal in the league on this ground since Wiltord's goal. Gilberto has taken on the captaincy in the absence of Henry.
Well, what the arm out was good enough to do something like we're seeing now. That's possession of the ball. That's a real chance. Tried the flick.
There's a run from Ljungberg, wasn't there, to find?
Why didn't he just cushion it with his left foot, the instep? Take the weight off it, drop it to Ljungberg's run. He's tried the little back heel flick. Adebayor. But that's what Arsenal can do in this system. If they get the ball, as we talked about, if they could dominate possession, that would be the best way of getting the result. Again, trying to do a trick before he's got it under control in many ways.
Here's Fletcher. Rooney in a race with Gilberto. And Giroud comes across. Rooney asked the question of the assistant about an arm across him.
Well, I think the arm came across him. I think this is a genuine contest between the two. The arms go up, there it goes. I don't think it's anything other than that. Both are trying to get in front of each other. Good tussle.
Headed on by Kleb. Fabregas. But early energy from Fletcher. You expect him to still be doing that to the end. Probably why he's got the nod. He's been picked several times to play against Arsenal. I remember that FA Cup semi-final they won at Villa Park. And a good game then. Kleb, no time. That's a surer touch.
And that'll be the first booking, or second booking of the day. Forgot about Lehmann's.
Carlo Touré.
It looks ugly, doesn't it? Because as soon as he lets it run and he's not getting it, all he does is just take him out.
For Carlo Touré, it's yellow card number 2 of the domestic season. Both for Kleb and for Touré. It was a reminder of how quick this game is always contested. Ferdinand. Rosicky, known for his ball-winning abilities, scored a wonderful goal in midweek. He slid in effectively to help Arsenal defend. They've got more defending to do here against the run of Cristiano Ronaldo. Who's come on a tongue in the last year. Very well, but Manchester United not letting Arsenal out. They got a goal kick, the Gunners, in the end. Pressure applied well up the field by the Manchester United left-back, Mikhail Silvestre.
I think both full-backs will do that. If only Adebayor up top, Ferdinand and Brown should feel confident enough to deal with that threat. And don't be surprised if you see both full-backs ahead of play at times.
Gilberto. If you recall, in April when Arsenal lost 2-0 here, they actually started the game very well and outpassed Manchester United in the opening 20 minutes or so, but had nothing to show for it. But maybe here with Adebayor, out comes Kuszczak. That's a penalty. And what's he going to do about the goalkeeper?
Well, it's not a goal-scoring opportunity. The ball's away from goal. I'll be amazed if he gives anything. It might book him, but that'll be the worst thing he'll do. As soon as Adebayor gets a toe to this ball, the goalkeeper's made that run out of goal, and he wins it there and he goes to ground. That's a penalty. Doesn't say you have to scale anybody who's going to ground to in front of you. And Adebayor, no arguments in my mind, none at all.
We've been looking all morning through the record books and we cannot find, that's not to say it hasn't happened, but we cannot find a previous Arsenal penalty at Old Trafford in a league game. Certainly not one that they've scored. And here they are, 10 minutes into the fixture in September 2006. Gilberto took on the penalty-taking duties in the Champions League in midweek, hammered it to the goalkeeper's right. Now, Kuszczak, I'm sure, would have seen that. And he saves! It wasn't a difficult save, but what a moment for the goalkeeper making his Manchester United debut.
Well, he's almost slipped here, does he, Gilberto, as he plays it? Standing foot goes away from him. Watch the left foot. There it goes, it slips. And he almost does what Zenden did in the cup final, kick the ball against his other foot.
Here comes the corner. Off the head of Ferdinand. Well, he did seem to be trying to apply the same technique to the same side as midweek, but he's
watch his foot, man. Watch his left foot. There it goes, and he's kicked the ball against his left foot. Of course, if Kuszczak goes the other way, it's still a goal.
Adebayor! Gallas!
Is it in? Well, that's hit the post. It must have stayed out. Well, what a let-off from Manchester United. 2 in about, what, 30 seconds?
And here comes Ronaldo. He's trying to run it to some sort of safety.
Well, it doesn't often disappoint in this game, and the first 12 minutes haven't. Now, how close is this? Towering header here. Goalkeeper again makes the save, and Paul Scholes. If he's not there, then William Gallas, of all people, is getting the tap in. What a let-off. What a let-off for Manchester United. Not once.
That's right again, Andy. Arsenal, the heavyweights, still punching like featherweights. They've wasted a penalty. The ball seems to be there to be put in the net. And they haven't scored. And they haven't yet taken the lead in the Premiership this season. And they've wasted real opportunities even this early to change that. Behind to Villa at home. Behind to Manchester City in the game that they lost. And they conceded a penalty. Behind to Middlesbrough. The home games, of course, that they extricated equalisers.
I'm sure the lads will have a look at the build-up to the penalty because it was lovely football.
Oh, hang on, Andy. We'll wait for that later on. Here's Jens Lehmann. And it's been an interesting start for the two goalkeepers.
He was frightened to pick it up, wasn't he? So close to the line.
And Kuszczak and Silvestre not really certain of each other either. Do not look away. In goes Gilberto. Here's Saha, who cuts it back. Gilberto skulls it, came at an awkward height. Flag has gone up against Cristiano Ronaldo. Rosicki's ball.
Yeah, such a typical Freddie Ljungberg run, wasn't it? Come out to end like that, but Gary Neville very aware of it. A smashing start, 15 minutes from Arsenal. They should be ahead. The passing's been, what we know, slick, accurate.
And Thomas Kuszczak, first game for Manchester United, from 0 to hero. Giving away the penalty to saving it. And a nice sporting touch between Fabregas and Scholes. Rosicki, spotted by Ferdinand. Saha. Neville. Neville's continued his run. Actually just digs out a ball across to Scholes. Not many teams get penalties here against Manchester United in the Premiership. Hard enough, scoring them seems to be even more difficult. Here's Kleb. Adebayo. Ronaldo. Interception by Gallas, who's given it to Ljungberg and gone for a return on the outside. And it's a corner off Gary Neville.
And lucky to get that. It wasn't a great ball in from Gallas, but it wasn't going to be. But Arsenal are working the ball really well.
Rosicki's corner. Ljungberg making it awkward for Kuszczak, who defied the Swede with the punch. Rooney, that's enough cover around for Arsenal. The shape of Toure. Good determination by the Manchester United skipper. And Adebayo trying to get behind Ferdinand. Back for Rosicki. He's hit it beautifully. Adebayo following up with the flags up against him. Rosicki shades of midweek for him. And of course, he, like Gilberto, found the net.
Another long ball. It's over the top of Rio Ferdinand. He doesn't quite get there, but what a hit this is. On the half volleys, it sits up. Great save. I was going to say, will they pay for missed chances, but it wasn't really a chance, was it?
It's an indication of what Rosicki's game is about. Great technical ability, as you saw in the nature of the strike. Adebayo, Ljungberg. Manchester United get around him, and needed to.
Manchester United haven't got out the traps yet, and that's because Arsenal dominate the game.
Ljungberg, Rosicki.
Another Pretty dominant in possession at the moment, Arsenal. The scores are still level.
Fletcher. Saha. That's a good spot and a good decisive piece of defending by Juru. He's given it to Adebayor and kept running forward himself. Check back now, Gilberto has filled in for him. Ronaldo. And fled. Ronaldo feeling that his teammates were rather moving away from him, coming to support him. Maybe they weren't expecting a pass from Cristiano. Fabregas. But certainly started here at a quicker tempo than it did at Stamford Bridge. Rosicki from even further out. That was optimistic.
I'm no surprise to see him taking the shot on after his goal in midweek, and then his shot today. Anything drops in and around that area for him, he's going to take it on.
Rooney. Backheel for Ronaldo. Just get the, I don't know, from watching football a long time, Andy, the sense that if Manchester United get a chance,
yeah,
that they might knock it in.
Yeah, that's the way it usually goes.
And we've got a corner. That down goes to the near post. Lehmann, it's a little bit of it. Off the head of Wes Brown. It'll be a Manchester United throw. Not exactly rushing to take it in the shape of Gary Neville.
Yeah, he could come back to Rio Ferdinand if he wants.
Deep diagonal from Rio Ferdinand. Ronaldo. Here's Rooney, but not for long. Ljungberg. Neville backpedaling. Ljungberg gets his cross in. Arsenal a bit short of numbers in the middle. They're coming from midfield. And they are well represented in this lineup. Maybe slightly caught between going for goal and looking for Louis Saha.
Good defending. You watch Kolo Toure here. He knows what Rooney wants, and so does everybody else. He wants to get this back on his right foot, but watch Kolo Toure. He exaggerates and says to him, go on, if you're going one way, it's on the outside, and we'll take a chance with your weaker left foot. Good defending.
Well, halfway through the first half, off comes Mikhail Silvestre. Patrice Evra, who has been in the starting 11 in the league. He's a left back with perhaps even more attacking flair than Silvestre. Let's have a look at Kuszczak's great moment.
No, it's a good save in the end. Close to him. You can see quite clearly the slip certainly affected the strike on the ball from Gilberto. Lost his standing foot.
And I guess Thierry Henry is listening to us and watching. He's not up here with the squad as far as I know. Be thinking, well, he would have been taking a penalty at the Stretford end if he'd been fit. Toure. Gary Neville actually moving up the list of all-time appearance makers for Manchester United. He's got 7th place to himself now at 511 today. And next in line is Dennis Irwin, another great Manchester United fullback, of course. He's 18 matches further up the ladder. Aboué. Ronaldo. That's where Evra does like to play. And working on the defensive side of his game, the coaching staff. It's not gone out yet, has now. The Manchester United corner.
Flew into that. Thought it was a goal kick. And Bowie did.
Lehmann comes out again. This time it's a very safe catch. Comes it out to Rosicky. To thread it through the middle for Adebayor. Never just got a toe to it. And Gary Neville came across. The two fullbacks needed. The danger's not passed for Manchester United yet because Fabregas looking to convert the cross. Gleb shot, headed away by Scholes. And Manchester United quite often in the 25 minutes we've had so far having to play on the break.
Got caught on the break from that corner they had. And what a big touch that was from Evra.
Now they just nipped in ahead of Eboué. Well, whoever's teaching Patrice Evra to defend will be proud of him for just getting there, just to put Adebayor off.
There's no doubt he's hitting this, is there?
There was no doubt he was hitting the other one, Andy.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But you never know. Football is full of surprises. Lehmann is ready, he thinks. He's thumping into the wall. Scholes. Run across from Neville. And Lehmann, he'd have been a bit further off his line, might have been embarrassed by the looping header from Fletcher. In goes Evra. He's won it well. Ronaldo beaten out by Lehmann. As I say, do not take your eyes off this. That happened in an instant.
That was an effort as well. Instantly controlled and struck. You just get a little bit sloppy with the throw in, the throw out, sorry, and it's an excellent attempt. Comfortable save in the end.
Rosicky. There goes Gary Neville. And Saha, deft touch, but from an offside position.
This is a little touch. It's a corner for them, but the break against them, Rosicky and Adebayor very quickly, and what a ball this is from Rosicky. Just spots a little run, feeds it right into his path, but that little touch there was such an important one from Evra.
That pass to Lehmann from Giroud. Graham Paul, Andy, while you were looking at that previous incident, Graham Paul was talking to Jens Lehmann, who's capable of losing his cool, shall we say. Having been booked, he hasn't got much margin for error temperament-wise here. But it's good to say that this is a fascinating football match and not the feuding that we have seen in years gone by.
Well, it's been a total football match up till now, and Arsenal have played most of it.
Gallas. It's measured by Ljungberg to the talented feet of Fabregas. Fabregas again.
Well, it must be worth a while thinking of a cross. Gallas has taken himself into a centre-forward position.
He's not wearing that number 10 for nothing.
So that's just the problem with Arsenal at times, man. That little bit there, when it frustrates Arsenal fans. Great possession of the ball. Gallas had got the ball, given it, gone into the middle of the box. So got Adebayor and Gallas, two good headers of the ball. They play pass after pass after pass on this left-hand side, and then lose it trying to play an unbelievable pass.
Giroud has played here before in a Carling Cup tie. Lastly against Manchester United. It's Carling Cup, of course, coming up in the midweek. Peterborough against Everton, Tuesday 7:30. Sky Sports 2 HD2. And on Wednesday, Scunthorpe against Aston Villa. Also, Sky Sports 2 HD2 from 7.
And it's a free kick. Might have been a yellow card. I do think in games like this that Graham Paul tries to restrict the yellow cards early on in the match. I see a few more second half.
Evra. Wins it and sets off, hoping to get the ball back from Adebayor. Played here in the Champions League for Stuttgart. Aboué. He's taken it out. Aboué from the Ivory Coast, as is Kolo Touré. Otherwise, 10 nationalities in this Arsenal 11. They had 11 different nationalities for part of the midweek game after Touré went off, and Justin Hoyt came on to represent England and the Gunners.
I'm just going to say, not a Britain site either, is it?
Unlike Manchester United. Here's their French forward, Louis Saha.
It's disappointing. It's not like him, Darren Fletcher. Simple cross. O'Shea had made a run from midfield, was in there along with Ronaldo and Rooney. That's a good build-up. Saha stretching him. And this is a nice little layoff. You know, there's no need for him to think about anything, Darren Fletcher, than just deliver. O'Shea arriving. The ball didn't.
Fletcher, of course, Scottish, 5 English players, and John O'Shea from the Republic of Ireland. And a match in which have not been shy of attempts. And the main thrust of the story, the bullet point really for half-time, if it stays this way, Thomas Kuszczak giving away a penalty and then saving it from Gilberto. Saved away by bringing down Emmanuel Adebayor. Clever. Didn't really deal with that. Fabregas.
Not like him.
Arsene Wenger, who hates losing at the best of times, but particularly here. His side aren't losing, but they have lost a major opportunity to lead.
Well, he'll feel rightly so. They should be in the lead, Arsenal. They are playing like a certainly have started the game like a side who know the importance even this early. We're getting something here.
Well, let's not get overboard about Manchester United either. The 5 straight wins, including the Champions League. The last 3 have been by a single goal margin. Hard work at Watford. Certainly Tottenham made it tough for them in the last league game. And then, of course, probably many of you saw how close the Celtic pushed them here in the Champions League on Wednesday. Gilberto. Bayor, knowing that Aboué has that buccaneering streak to his play, but he wasn't quite that far forward. Bayor, incidentally, in the League of Nations, comes from Togo.
Glad you're here.
This is Brown. Evra.
It's a really difficult ball to try and play when it's that length and it has to be that straight.
Clem. It's a more considered approach from Arsenal, and it's an approach that's threatening to produce dividends. Adebayor is crucial to it, to get the ball into him. Giroud. Roberto taking it beyond Gary Neville, but he's quickly there. Taking Ljungberg on the touch. Rosicki, solidly broken up by Rio Ferdinand. It's fair to say he usually has his big games when they are big fixtures. Sometimes seems to be slightly less than challenged by the routine games. If any games at this level can be described as routine, but you know what I mean. Fabregas. Toure.
Little rush, no need to do that. And they wanted him to keep it. I think what they've done really well, Arsenal, as well, by having the ball, manipulating the ball. You look around this Manchester United side in the first half, and 35 minutes gone. Ronaldo, not a lot. Rooney, not a lot. Scholes, not a lot. I'm talking about on the ball, creating. And I think they've done that really well. Saha, not a lot. I think they've kept the danger players, up till now, fairly quiet.
But here is Rooney. That can change in the flick of a switch. It's a corner. Rooney having to fight to get into the game, and there's a point you make about Rooney and Ronaldo and Scholes. Of course, they've seen pretty little of each other, haven't they, in the same team this season. It is Paul Scholes to take this corner. Shea wants a really deep one, but it's low towards Brown. He dummied it. Ronaldo went in. Saha hit his own player. Comes out to Rooney.
And even exceptional players sometimes just don't get it right. It's his weaker side, his left, we know that. Never really got it under control. Spinning made it difficult.
If Cristiano Ronaldo got out of the way, I wonder whether Manchester United would have been celebrating, but we've got Arsenal players in there. And Paul points for an Arsenal throw. But stopped by Ronaldo. Immediately wants to attack Arsenal. And can't get the pass to do that. Rosicki. Rosicki, Fabregas has got someone very much on his wavelength about how the game should be played.
I have to say, Matt, we often talk about Rooney, and probably because he's British, about the exceptional talent the boy has and the age he's at. I mean, Wayne's 20, but this Fabregas is 19, and he struts about the pitch. Total control of the ball and himself and off in the game. Just a marvellous talent.
Here he is. Trying to get Adebayor's long legs to reach that. Arsenal, of course, are close, I think, to completing a deal which gives Fabregas an 8-year contract. You can understand why.
You better believe you can understand why. It's just not happened for Manchester United.
Dallas, purposefully. Kleb, not restricted to the right-hand side. Mbue. The early tempo has dropped from the game, perhaps, Andy, because Manchester United realise they've got to get players behind the ball, because Arsenal were using it so well in the opening 20 minutes.
I think you're right, absolutely.
Keep ball for the Gunners again.
It's a nice take.
Rosicki. And stops the goal kick. With the help of the corner flag.
Squeeze them in. Make them work it out. That's a rule of thumb in here. Don't let teams out easy when they've got a throw, and that's right on the corner flag, and Gary Neville's walked about, well, he's not at that little 10-yard mark.
Crowd were shouting for handball. Graham Paul went, no, not really. How can I give that? It's a throw. He's a great communicator with the players. It's a major part of his refereeing skills. He's a match manager. And this match has needed some managing in the past, but today it's a different type of contest between Manchester United and Arsenal. But engrossing nonetheless. In the last few months, Andy, I'm sure there have been times we've been at Manchester United games we'd be thinking, what would Roy Keane make of that? Well, we're going to find out at half-time today. Here's Ronaldo, and Lehmann wasn't sure.
Well, Fabregas wanted handball here. Could see it came off the chest. And you always tell by goalkeepers' reactions how close this is, and he's scrambling across goal, Lehmann. It's always just going wide. It's just got a little bit of fade on it, and it's working its way away from goal. But it just takes something like that. A little mistake from Fabregas, and all that good work of 40 minutes is out the window.
You got a description for that little trick that Ronaldo did. It's not something many players can perform. Got him into shooting position. Kleb. Pushing on here is the adventurous Aboué, not for long. Scholes. Ronaldo. He's offered the most danger to Arsenal so far.
That's good defending again, isn't it? We are a fit side, Arsenal. That's the one thing you do notice about them. They do get about the pitch. Pace all over the place.
Gallas. Ljungberg. You have to be able to be a sprinter to catch Arsene Wenger's eye, don't you? We've got Julio Baptista, of course, on the bench. He's got shoulders like a wardrobe and legs of power in his work. O'Shea. Lehmann decided that it was his ball. It kept veering further and further away from the goal in behind Giroud. O'Shea. Fletcher. And Ronaldo gets it down, and Lehmann...
Nothing about it. It's hit him flush in the face, and he's driven this with some power. But this is really poor defending at the back post from Aboué. It's a bread and butter cross he should deal with. But watch this. Flush off the face. But he won't mind. He won't mind. He's a goalkeeper, and he's kept it out of his net somehow. And Aboué should deal with that. Travels a long way. Really poor defending.
And Ronaldo went for power to try and knock out Arsenal. And remember, if they go behind, we're talking about a side that hasn't won a league game this season. But he seems to have knocked out the goalkeeper rather than the team.
Well, that might just be a big moment in this match. You look at the time, just approaching half-time. They've dominated the game, I think. They've been the better side, Arsenal. They should be ahead. But then suddenly, with 2 or 3 minutes to go, you can see the goal because you don't defend the back post very well, and you go in 1-0 down. How would they have felt, Arsenal? It would have been difficult to pick them up at half-time.
Particularly as Almunia gets ready just in case. Particularly, of course, with the golden opportunity that's gone a-begging at the other end.
Well, it's been a half about goalkeepers then, beginning and end.
Absolutely.
Well, you just wonder if Manchester United, just in general terms, while he's injured, Martin, when you look at the way they've stood off Arsenal, sometimes, you know, when a team passes as well as that, you have to actually go and face them up a lot earlier. And maybe Manchester United have to say, go on, you have to push forward, push people in, and just put pressure on the ball a little earlier, rather than allow Arsenal to come forward at their leisure with comfortable control of the ball.
Well, it's half started, Jens Lehmann, by seeing a card. It's ended by seeing stars.
As I say, he's a goalkeeper. He will not care. You keep them out any way you can. He knew nothing about it.
Well, Gary Lewin's still concerned that his man has got his wits about him, the Arsenal physio.
Does he not have to go off the field and then come back on again?
That's probably what the 70,000 Manchester United fans are saying. There's the corner, and they want to work Lehmann. You can't blame him for doing that, but Lehmann is up to it. But again,
I think that's a sympathetic free kick. When he's coming out, he's got John O'Shea there. He's pushing at John O'Shea. Now you tell me then where the free kick is against John O'Shea. I can almost call that before the corner came in. Referees do that.
Yeah, and that's where Lehmann is taking his football life in this game into his left hand by grabbing hold of O'Shea and then having a rant at him. He needs a bucket of cold water, maybe for all sorts of reasons at half-time. Here's Eboué. Adebayor, can he turn? Which run beyond Neville? In goes Ljungberg. Larry Neville just able to slide in and stop Arsenal in stoppage time. Before half-time, Rosicky trying to get too much power into it. With this football, you just got to get it cleanly in.
Oh, this is unlucky again. And Eboué makes a marvellous run here. Two things, Adebayor just can't get it out his feet here to get a strike, and then a lunging tackle from Gary Neville, the skipper. Because Ljungberg thinks he's just walking in and a tap-in. Look at that, that's the last 10 minutes of the match. It's a kind of possession. That's where I think United have got to try second half to break up that Arsenal possession somehow.
Having 4 minutes of added time. Halfway through that. O'Shea. Gary Neville saw some good movement from Rooney. Couldn't quite throw it over Gilberto's head. Ljungberg kept it in only for the benefit of Manchester United. Neville's cross. The Scholes lining it up. It comes out to Evra. And go wide to Ronaldo. To the substitute again. Ronaldo winding up. As is the pressure on the Arsenal goal with half-time beckoning.
Well, this has been the best spell in the game, the last 5 or 6 minutes of the match for Manchester United.
And Rio Ferdinand was the player that Lehmann said trod on him. I think the Arsenal outfield players have just got to make sure that their goalkeeper doesn't do anything really rash. Here comes the corner. That's the way by Giroud. Rooney. Lehmann. That's a terrific fist in the circumstances. He's fighting his own player, Toure, to get to it.
Yeah, but it's good goalkeeping. Took everything. Ball, his own player. That's what was needed.
Rosicky. Paul's looking at his watch. It is half-time. And the grand, on this part of Grand Slam Sunday, are the goalkeepers. Jens Lehmann keeping out Cristiano Ronaldo somehow. One that Manchester United had to take on the chin as the Arsenal goalkeeper took it on the chin. And Thomas Kuszczak, what a start in the Manchester United goal for their debutant today. He gave away the penalty. after 12 minutes, but then kept it out from Gilberto. Arsenal have had bags of passing, but still looking for that penetration that has deserted them in other games so far this season. And Manchester United with some thinking to do here at Old Trafford at half-time. It's 0-0.
All seated. Those pictures being provided by the Sky Blimp this afternoon. If you wish to go interactive, push the red button on your remote control. It's a service, of course, exclusive for Sky digital viewers. And that's a view of Old Trafford we don't often get from the big stand on the far side. We've got League Cup football coming up this week. Tuesday night it's Peterborough against Everton at 7:30 on Sky Sports 2. Wednesday, Scunthorpe against Villa at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 2. Other scores elsewhere in the Premiership today. Blackburn have won for the first time this season, which means as we sit here now, the Gunners are in the bottom three. Chelsea beat Liverpool 1-0. Obafemi Martins off the mark for Newcastle as they won at West Ham 2-0. Nothing at White Hart Lane, 0-0. Spurs and Fulham. Don't forget football first tonight, 10 o'clock, Sky Sports 1. What would Sir Alex Ferguson want more from his team, Roy, this afternoon?
I think they'll be looking to get the ball into Wayne and Louis a bit more, and Cristiano. They're the lads who can open up the Arsenal, and I think a bit quicker in the passing. I think that's what he'll be looking for the second half.
Would Arsenal dare think that there's more in this for them, Jamie? Have they played well enough to think that way?
I'm sure Arsene Wenger were looking for much more of the same. They've popped it around so well. I don't think it's a case of Manchester United have stood off them. I just don't think they've been able to get near them because they've had there's three men in midfield. They've really made it difficult for them. But just the last 5 minutes, Roy and I was talking just a second ago, that you sense that Manchester United were starting to get a bit of a head of steam and just attacking their favourite Stretford end. I think this game is still there for Manchester United to win.
Commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Richard. Arsenal trying to get their win, but in doing so, if they managed it, would be ending Manchester United's undefeated home sequence here at Old Trafford, which extends the best part of a year now since Alex side were beaten by Blackburn Rovers. Their only league defeat of the last campaign. But I guess the question is, Andy, can Arsenal play as well again for another 45 minutes?
I think part of that will be, can Manchester United affect them when they have the ball more or better than they did in the first 45 minutes? A lot will depend on that. Arsenal will try to continue to do what they did.
Now, what in the recent past has been a grudge game has been a very good game here in terms of the technical approach. And here's Ljungberg as Arsenal try to get straight back down to the business of keeping possession and working Manchester United around the pitch where they've had so many glories. Touré. Here's Fabregas. Kleb. Fabregas deflects off Evra. Arsenal ask for handball and get it.
Well, it's an iffy one. Is he too close? Does the arm come out? Was it just struck against Evra? I think that's harsh. What is it, a couple of yards away? Not what he could have done. Get his arm out the way.
Quick free kick. Graham Cole, who is, I think, probably the Premiership renowned expert on free kicks when they should be taken quickly and not. Certainly allowed 1 or 2 goals to stand that have infuriated defending teams and delighted free kick takers, including Thierry Henry. But where's the left footer for Arsenal? Maybe they won't need one. Kuszczak worrying about his left-hand side, whether it's going to go that way from Fabregas. It isn't. It's gone out. Despite the attempts of Gilberto to get it back across the face of the goal.
I'm a little surprised at that. I thought they might have taken the shot option there.
Gilberto. Koszczak just heading off Gary Neville on that far side. And he's behind Neville here. Adebayor was made to check by a tepid pass, but he's driving on himself.
That was a good tackle in the end, because it looked like he was past Rio Ferdinand here. Adebayor decides to drive into the box, gets Ferdinand in the back foot, but he's stuck to it, Rio Ferdinand.
Arsenal's corner. Dealt with by Louis Saha. This goes Touré, there's Rooney for company. Fleb. Fabregas. Never really threatening the goal. Would it surprise you to know, Andy, that Arsenal have only lost 2 of their last 14 Premiership games?
No.
No.
From being right up there with the Chelseas at the moment. They've just been a little wasteful in front of goals at the beginning of the season.
Scholes. Fletcher. Really had to reach back for it. And very nearly got it through for Ronaldo. It will be a corner.
Yeah, Abu just stuck his left foot out here and just catches it. Whether the ball would have got to Ronaldo, I'm not sure. He was certainly looking for him. But they had a fast start against Celtic here in midweek. Looking for it again.
And, the corner has taken out everybody.
That's disappointing from Manchester United's point of view. You fizz a corner across the edge of the 6-yard box and it bounces sort of level with the back post and goes out of play. You're wondering why no one's gone in on it.
Just a final word on those 2 defeats in 14, both here in Manchester. Manchester City this season, Manchester United this fixture last season, last April. And it was in the second half when United came on strong at the Stretford end, if memory serves me right as well. So they're attacking now. Well, Richard's been alluding to it all afternoon. Another Premiership record attendance. It gets higher and higher at Old Trafford. 75,595. Fabregas a bit late on Scholes, who I'm not sure the referee knew about it without really complaining.
He's had a little word with Fabregas being played. They've just gone to shake hands, Fabregas and Paul Scholes. I think United need to pass the ball better. They need to keep it longer than they have been in the first half and up till now.
Rooney. Neville. Rooney. And Rooney's ball very nearly. It was a pass of great vision, which he couldn't quite accomplish. Ljungberg, Arsenal again, able to work their way out with composure and quality on the ball.
That was really super football, you know, in a really tight situation. But they've been a bit sloppy in the halfway line.
Yes, it was a loose one from Gilberto, and asked a bit too much of Adebayor, but then Darren Cann raises the flag for offside. Ferdinand had to make sure that was his. It would need a real goal glut from Manchester United in this second half to put Arsenal actually bottom of the Premiership. They'd have to score 4 without reply, the home team. Again, Arsenal themselves still look capable of getting a goal. They need to maintain their diligence with the ball and their concentration when they haven't got it. as Manchester United are showing signs of just trying to lift the tempo. And Rooney's been on the edge of this match, but he could easily decide this match. Touches back heel. Gary Neville's cross. Maybe wondering where Louis Saha was. He's
just on the edge of the box. He gets in eventually, but you see him just drift in from the right, looking for it to be at more of an angle. But because of the defender's position against Gary Neville, he couldn't do anything other than put it where it was. It just overhit it.
Here's Rosicki against John O'Shea, losing out to the Irishman.
Good play. As I said, that may be why. Another reason he was preferred to Michael Carrick for that sort of work.
Scholes effortlessly finding Ronaldo, but he's actually backed over the line. Here's Kleb. Gallas. Kleb, Adebayor, lovely change of direction, and that shot just seemed to veer up and over the bar, and it left his foot. It just looked for a fraction of a second as though it was going to crash into Kuszczak's net.
Great feet here, skips past Evra as if he's not there. There's certainly enough venom in this shot. The yard or so lower, he would really have worked the goalkeeper.
Scored 4 Arsenal goals in his short time at the club, all of them with Thierry Henry in the team. Held off Kleb well, and Adebayor well. And he was fouled by Fabregas. Here's Ronaldo. Saha going near post. Cross doesn't come in because of the attentions of Eboué.
He wants a goal kick. He thinks he played it off Ronaldo. I've got an idea from this angle, but the angle the referee doesn't possess. He might just have done so as well.
A corner perhaps that Manchester United weren't entitled to. They're trying to make the most of. Again,
it's 2 in a row. It's in a very, very good area. They seem to have a decent spread there, Manchester United, but not quite getting anybody on the end of it.
His throw, only to Neville though. Saha. Here's Ronaldo. Need to isolate Eboué, but Arsenal have got some cover posted now. Still Ronaldo. Gets the cross in, but into the side netting. He's still only 21. It's his 100th Premiership appearance today. And he's played 40 internationals as well. There's a twinkling feet. The Tour, remember, didn't last the opening half hour in Hamburg. Maybe he's feeling the same problem again.
Well, Arsenal would hope not. Would want to lose a centre-back. And Gallas already made up there to drop back in, and maybe Flamini would come on at left back. Position he occupied very well last year, so capably. But they would rather keep Tory on.
It's a little risky that from Eboué. Here's Giroud. Getting a run in the team because Senderos is still injured. And of course, Sol Campbell has moved on to very emphatic effect with Portsmouth. I'll be hoping Arsenal can nick it here. Stay on top of the table. If you missed the earlier news on Edwin van der Sar, he's been troubled by a stomach upset for about a week now. Gone out of his sickbed to play against Celtic. Well, Ferdinand giving Kuszczak a old-fashioned look there. And Manchester United still haven't really got anything like into top gear. Ronaldo and Rooney. Free kick in their favour. Saha setting off, quick execution by Scholes, who spotted him straight away. In from Fletcher. Saha! And again, Lehmann was looking and hoping that it was going wide, and wide it just went.
It's a super header. This is the difference in the way the teams sometimes have a attitude about playing. They're prepared to knock it long with this Manchester United, and then when they're wide, prepared to fire crosses in. And this is a super header from Saha. We know he's good in the air. He just tries to direct it to the far corner, and that's how close he was to giving United the lead.
There's a foul by Brown. There's a decision signalled by the assistant, Peter Kirkup. His second card of the season. Fabregas, and Kuszczak tempted out. And he was really in danger of being caught in no man's land.
Well, he's somebody, when he gets in there, Gallas, he doesn't get phased. He scored enough goals in big games to show us that already. And this is, well, it's not quite a free header, but he just doesn't get enough on it. I think Gary Neville maybe just does enough at the back post. Kind of comes off his shoulder more than anything, but if he heads that, he's got a real chance. Gallas,
12 games for Chelsea against Manchester United, and he was in the winning side 6 times. A slip by Brown. Mindful of his booking, but Adebayor couldn't quite get into a position to take him on. O'Shea trying to slide it wide. Still no sign yet of Michael Carrick maybe coming on to inject some passing of Manchester United's own.
Yeah, as I say, I think if you were being super critical of Manchester United, it would be that winning possession of the ball. They maybe haven't done enough with it or kept it long enough.
There's O'Shea to Rooney,
like that.
Doesn't keep it.
A little bit like that, too often, I think. Especially when it's good in the last third. And a free kick.
Neville blocking off Ljungberg. Ljungberg scored on his Arsenal debut against Manchester United, past Peter Schmeichel. Scored 4 in his first 6 games against today's opponents, but those goals were quite a long time ago. Can't quite call him the lucky charm for this fixture on more recent evidence. Gilberto. More to Ronaldo. Brown. And Hleb finding himself in the right back role. Covered for Eboué. It's just as well probably did get a touch.
Manchester United or Arsenal won't want a third corner to go flashing across the goal. There's no good dealing with it.
Yes, it reflects most of all uncertainty in Arsenal's defending. Lehmann plotted this one. Gallas and Toure. Zitsky isn't really set to receive that. Fletcher. Really frustrated. And Fletcher as well. And put into an awkward situation. Both sides at the moment guilty of giving the ball away. So far, Grand Slam Sundays produced but one goal, but what a goal it was.
And it might just take another goal of that kind of quality to separate these two.
Short by Ronaldo. Eboe got in. Adebayor. Ferdinand, the one defender, and be grateful that Adebayor went for quite a tame shot in the end that Kuszczak read easily enough and saved comfortably.
Didn't do enough. Did not do enough.
Here's Saha. And Rooney quick enough and strong enough to beat Gallas to it. Can't completely extricate himself from the attentions of the former Chelsea man. And moves forward here. Ljungberg was looking for a ball. Maybe Gallas hasn't been at Arsenal player for long enough to know about Ljungberg's runs. He defended them sometimes, but couldn't pick one out there. Kleb. Teeing up Fabregas!
Oh, hit his own man. Didn't it? Well, he measures this one. He measures it. He knows what he wants to do. But he hits Adebayor with it. Oh, that might just have been testing Kuszczak as well. But this is one I don't think he does enough. You know, if you're going to go where he went, then you've got to inject some power into the shot. Rio Ferdinand's trying to buy time here. And that, to me, is nothing. It's narrow side. He's not doing anything there except passing it back to Kuszczak. And you back him into the penalty area, might just have taken him on.
Foul by Darren Fletcher on Freddie Ljungberg. Well, we've had 20 minutes of the second half. That's similar to the first, maybe not the highest of calibre passing from Arsenal, but they're still trying to win the game the same way. Manchester United trying to cut off the avenues, as Scholes did then, through the legs of Toure.
Talk about appetite and the fitness of Arsenal. There's a little example. Kleb was a little sloppy. He lost the ball, he gave it away, but the desire to get back in and make up for his own mistake was there to see.
Neville. Saha. It's speculative from Rio Ferdinand and too long.
Yeah, a few too many of those, I think, today.
One option for Arsene Wenger, of course, is the muscular Brazilian Julio Baptista. And he's getting the call to come back and try and influence proceedings here. Face Manchester United for the first time. We've also got Theo Walcott as well, who's impressed when he has come on in the big league this season.
Where did they see Baptista playing, Martin Arsenal, do you know?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
He's not quite a midfield player, and he's not quite a centre forward.
Yeah.
So he's somewhere between, I guess. A very good goal-scoring record from his time in Spain, particularly with Sevilla. And he joined Arsenal from there. Had that season with Real Madrid. Wasn't the best season that Real Madrid have ever had as a club. Eboe. Brave work from Toure, but he's out of position here. Ronaldo.
It's not getting that. I just think he should have been travelling with that. There was grass in front of him, lots of it.
There's a bit of grass around Kleb here. Down back pedalling. To tee up Rosicky.
Well, as far as he's concerned, that's a chance, eh?
Yeah.
He's such a wonderful striker of the ball. We've seen it already today. All right, he's coming at a slightly difficult angle to take it with his right foot, but it's still there to be hit. Almost shanks that.
Well, it's Julio Baptista for Alex Hleb, so you're going to see what sort of role he's given.
Central, Rosicky will come over to the right-hand side. John O'Shea will definitely have a job now, I would guess. To be very, very aware of Baptista.
Adebayor.
A better ball there from Freddie Ljungberg, and we might have seen him.
By the way, I didn't want to be picky about Rosicky, but it is Rosicky.
I'll leave all that to you, mate.
Yeah.
I know, if you say.
Well, we try. It's getting harder and harder, I can tell you.
Nothing in the attempts. A little bit more accurate, Arsenal.
Here's Wes Brown. It's an easy one to say. Scholes. And Ferdinand. This game is very much here to be won as we go towards the last 20 minutes. Manchester United will be the continuation of their very impressive start. Perfect in terms of results to this point. 4 in the Premiership, all one in the Champions League. 3 points from that. And here's Rooney. Overrun it.
Manchester United must feel, Martin, that if they could nick a goal and get a victory, that they would surely put, even now, Arsenal out of reach.
It would be a 13-point gap. Arsenal would have a game in hand, but
10 points. It's a big, big lead even now. And we're not talking about a team that hasn't been there and been the course. We maybe haven't for a few years, but we know what it's about.
Just the worry for Manchester United, I think, is making sure that this group of players stay fit and available. If Rooney and Saha were to have problems, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, delighted as they are with him, is really seen as a substitute. Now goes Scholes flattened Rosicky. And Paul has stopped it here. He's producing a yellow card for Scholes. Remember, he's just back in the Premiership from suspension. Missed 3 games from that red card in Amsterdam.
That's a wipeout, yeah?
What was Roy Keane saying about him before?
He's a nasty streak. And he liked a lot. Probably brought a smile to Roy's face, that little tackle.
Nice to see Roy smiling. There's been plenty of smiles in this game, really, compared to a lot of the scowls. And here's Arsenal looking for smiles from Kolo Touré. It would have been a stunner.
Well, that's improvisation at its very best. He's just said, give me it. I'll shift it past you, and then I'll hit it. All right, good effort. A little bit of bend on that. Might well have asked a question or two.
Saha. Rooney. And this is difficult 70 minutes as Manchester United have had this season. But, they have survived it thanks to Kuszczak's penalty save and a later stop from a very well-crafted shot by Rosicky.
You know, I think in normal circumstances, a home draw against Arsenal, they might think, well, we've missed a trick here. But I do think in the context of what's happening in the league this early, and should United only draw this today, I don't think the manager would be that disappointed.
No, but it is also a chance to really put some distance between these two great rivals in Manchester United's favour. Touré. fought hard for it. I think it's a compliment to the way that Arsenal are playing still, that Manchester United aren't changing things ever on early for Silvestre midway through the first half.
Yeah, you do think if it was a game they were concerned with winning, Manchester United, that things like bringing Solskjaer on and maybe taking Fletcher off, keeping Rooney on,
putting
and Saha,
Carrick in to
Carrick in, well,
pick a pass.
straight on cue. Maybe they're both getting annoyed, but I think those are things that you would do if you're looking to win it, and keep your other two strikers on. He's done that with Rooney and put them in a wide area to go from there.
Manchester United's next Premiership game, incidentally, is at Reading, and you can see it on Prem Plus next Saturday at 5. Steve Coppell, very proud of what Reading have achieved so far. And of course, a man with strong Manchester United connections.
And just looking at Arsenal now, there's definitely a shift in the system. Baptista very much further forward, you see here pressing the ball, whereas Hleb wouldn't have been. So we've definitely gone to a 4 in there.
Giroud into Lehmann on the bounce. Gallas not overconfident getting it there, but just shows it's fascinating, the poise, because Arsenal would love to win a game. Here they are, having played pretty well, 15 minutes to go. How much can they shift the emphasis to go for the win but risk losing?
Well, I don't think they can risk losing. I would say that. I think Arsene Wenger knows that. If you were to say to that man, would you today take a 13-point lead over Manchester United and expect them to catch you? He would definitely say no. They wouldn't catch us.
He'd take the 13-point lead.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they would. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Here's Wes Brown. Neville. Just think what a psychological blow it again would be to Arsenal, who have played well here, if they end up empty-handed at Old Trafford. They're still looking to get the game's first goal. Saha. Roberto just got it, and then gives it straight to Ronaldo. Evra. Got through, it was deflected, and it will be a corner for Manchester United.
Yeah, the goalkeeper obviously saw the deflection. That's why he's scrambling to do his best to keep it in. But he hasn't played too many wayward balls, Gilberto, but he did then. Let a loose one in midfield.
15 minutes to go then. And Manchester United have had to work hard to keep it level here, looking to get in front. Still in. Ronaldo.
Well, look at him indicating, where are you, saying why is no one going to cross there? Why has no one ended up in the back of the net trying to go on the end of it? He might have a point.
Yeah, no one went near post. They would have had an open goal to head into. Fabregas. Adebayor. Look of Kanu about him. Ruzicki. Fabregas. Boué. Fletcher might have done a bit stronger in the tackle. Oh, flags up. And Ljungberg's made a real hash of the chance anyway.
Well, I think he's onside here. He is. Definitely onside. And I tell you, that's the type of season he had last year. It's the type of time he's having in front of goal. Just not going for him.
Well, that will reignite the faith here for Manchester United. The sight of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I think a concession here. The boos are because Scholes and Rooney are coming off. Obviously, that's taking into account the lack of games they've had. They were both taken off near the end on Wednesday as well. And when you're looking to win a match, Well, I think we'll be judgmental after 90 minutes.
I think that's what the fans will be, but what it looks like he's trying to do is go 3. And it looks like Fletcher, Carrick and O'Shea will play narrow in midfield. Solskjaer left, Ronaldo right, and Saha right up the middle where he is now. So it's a little change of emphasis. I don't think there's anything wrong with changing it. It hasn't been working that well for them over 70-odd minutes.
Saha. Couldn't quite get there quick enough. Once but twice. By on, says Graham Paul. Fletcher. Saha. 4 up for Manchester United here. And Ronaldo has kept it in, and Gallas didn't go and get it when he stopped it. And it's still Ronaldo. Blocked by Giroud. Maybe the sight of Solskjaer in particular as Manchester United crowd going back through their memory banks of great super substitute appearances from the Norwegian. Oh, and Carrick too has almost walked into space here.
Well, Fabregas let him go. Fabregas saw him. He stood there and let him walk in front of him, which is a real surprise, and he nearly got in.
Gary Neville. Saha has never spurned a chance for the overhead kick. Lovely flick from Rosicki. Fabregas can't get it back to play from the Czech Republic. Maybe Arsenal just starting to wilt in midfield, and O'Shea gives a chance for Julia Baptista to show what he's made of here in the Premiership, here at Old Trafford. Here he goes.
That must be close. And how lucky is John O'Shea? Lack of communication between them. And he goes on his own. This time he's positive. Where Adebayor wasn't, Baptista was. Oh, look how close that is. That was a guy who wanted to make a statement and came very, very close to doing so.
Arsenal still rowing. What happened far beyond the first 10 minutes of the game and the penalty failure. Going into the last 10 minutes, nearly an explosive moment from a new recruit. And it was explosive. The bang didn't blow away Manchester United. Carrick. Fletcher. Carrick again. It's a shrewd ball that's just on the wrong side of the line for Cristiano Ronaldo. Saha. Solskjaer trying to sneak in here. Fletcher was looking for him but couldn't find him. Carrick's header. Ball at one by Toure. Fabregas. Too quick for Solskjaer. And the ball just had too much weight on it.
Oh, it was unlucky. You could see he was looking for the ball, the killer ball. It's a little stretched again, you know, for the first time.
There's Ronaldo. Fabregas really committed himself to that. Just about got the tackle right. Nice layoff by Julia Baptista to Ljungberg.
This is like a cup tie at the moment now, Martin. Arsenal just, I think, know that the game is there. They know the importance of a win. United think we've just got to keep them at bay, see this game out. And if we can nick it with a break, with the pace of Saha, with the pace of Ronaldo, it's still possible.
I'll tell you why it's also like a cup tie, Andy, because both sides really wouldn't be too disappointed with the draw. Not that there's a replay, but you know what I mean. Yeah. There'll be another game down the road, and although Arsene Wenger would be disappointed over lack of goals, particularly the way Arsenal played, his managerial mind might be mostly on still making sure they don't need leave this pitch vanquished.
I mean, that probably made it a difficult day for the players, for the manager of Manchester United in respect. Or do they take a chance trying to win this game, or do they play within themselves? Not within themselves, but you know what I mean. It's a priority not to lose, and I think it might have been that today.
I think a compliment to Celtic as well, Arsenal would say. We will work these Manchester United players very hard here on Wednesday. Arsenal having an easy ride, of course. No Champions League game, they had to travel. Gallas. Roberto, the bounce, and Fletcher to deal with. Oh, that's got to be a foul throw. It wasn't intentional. Gary Neville. Can't take it again, Gary, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Even if you are captain of Manchester United. Jura. It's been pretty well protected in the second half. There's Toure. You're still trying to cause a nuisance and confusion. Oh, and he slipped, and now Gilberto's been caught upfield, and Arsenal like to have his presence in front of the back foot. Fabregas wins it though from Ronaldo. A bit lucky there with a 1-2 off a Manchester United player for Adebayor. Oh, goal! Arsenal with 5 minutes to go. They're in the lead for the first time in the league this season. And it's at Old Trafford.
Well, they might have scored it, and the man of the match has made it. He's 19. And he's a special talent. Wins the ball back first and foremost. And he does try and feed it through, so he does get a little bit of luck there. But after that, just watch this for the ball. Absolutely perfect. And Adebayor's got pace and these long legs. Just get the toe to the ball, and that's all he needs from that close. But he's been a genius today. He's been like a little magician. They've deserved it.
A moment to kick-start Arsenal's season in the Premiership.
I was just going to say, now Arsene Wenger might get another defender on. And I see Flamini ready to come on.
Here's Ronaldo. And the Reds have to get on the run here.
Sometimes we admire the tricks of Ronaldo.
He's wide-eyed with disbelief, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh, I think this is a brilliant save, if I'm right. Oh, it is. What a save!
Ferdinand.
And break on.
Got to go early. Has to Fabregas. He can go all the way. Brown's trying to cut off his direct route to goal. He's got a lot of support to the left. And Manchester United not only reclaim it.
Well, that's not what Fabregas is. He had 3 supporting players, all busting a gut to get there.
Trying to bust the gut to get back. Evra is forward. He's beyond Eboué. Reaching up. A grateful grasp by Jens Lehmann.
It's offside.
Arsenal 1-0 winners here in 97-98. Mark Overmars. They won the league. 1-0 winners here in 2002. Sylvain Wiltord. That won them the league.
He's done well today. That's my first real concerted look at Emmanuel Adebayor. And at 22, he's got something to offer. He's done ever so well as a lone raider. Super run and a great little finish. The long legs made him take it early.
It's a 1-0 here. Arsenal want to get them up the league. It's not cemented yet. Lehmann was hoping that would go out. That's now taken out by Patrice Evra. But the goalkeepers have caught the eye today, but even the penalty save has been topped by this, I think.
Well, you can see this as many times as you like, because it's a fantastic strike across the goalkeeper. And you look at that, that's in. When it leaves his foot, he's away. He thinks it's in. What a save, sir. What a save.
Solskjaer. "25 games in all competitions since Manchester United were beaten at home by Blackburn. September 2005. Ferdinand. Oh, and what's Gallas done here?
Put his team in a bit of trouble.
Kick it so high it takes 2 minutes to come down. That's Carrick, though. They need something late, Manchester United, very late. Evra.
Good tackle.
They shunted him down. A bit of an alley there. Made the challenge.
Important they didn't give away a free kick, Arsenal.
Brown. Gary Neville's coming in from the opposite flank. Ferdinand. Brown hasn't been picked up. Carrick almost through for Solskjaer. Carrick again. He's got it to Solskjaer this time.
Colo Touré's in a problem here. It wasn't that challenge there, it was a stretch he made to cut out the through ball from Carrick.
But
he just pulled up there by his hip.
It's his hip that was the problem in midweekend.
This one here it is, Martin, that's the one. And he immediately grimaces and reaches for it.
But he doesn't want to go get some treatment because he'd have to go off. And this is no time for Arsenal, even for a matter of moments, to be without a key central defender. Kuszczak plays it short from the free kick. So Gary Neville hoists it. And he wanted the goalkeeper to come. It's Wes Brown! Only one Premiership goal to his name.
Well, this comes a long way, and that's why they're asking the goalkeeper to come and get it. But sometimes I think when there's that much traffic in front of you, you have got to stay. Saves a comfortable one in the end.
Added time at Old Trafford. Neville wants it again. And with a new goalkeeper, you give it to the skipper. Straight down the middle towards Saha.
Now keep it.
Fabregas.
Order of the day, if you possibly can, Arsenal, and pass it as well as you've done the rest of the game.
Lundberg can motor. It was motoring towards the corner flag. No foul by Ronaldo.
Well, I think he got away with that, Ronaldo. It looked a foul to me.
We've had 2 added minutes. Neville.
That's gone too far.
Even before the injury. We've got that there. His rehabilitation has been one of the brightest things about Manchester United this year. It's not been a bright day for the manager. Ljungberg. O'Shea. Rosetsky diving in. Might have been a foul by him.
Yeah, pass.
Fabregas. Flamini. Going for more when they don't really need it. They just need to keep the ball. Julio Baptista. Corner. I think it might be a short one, Andy. On the day when Chelsea have beaten Liverpool by 1-0. Arsenal are on the verge of matching that at Old Trafford. It's on the prowl.
Well, he says he doesn't like winning ugly. It's not the way to go about football, and they have it today. Football at times been really pleasing on the eye.
And it is their first Premiership victory of the campaign. What a place to get it for the Gunners. Adebayor with 5 minutes to go. He was the player who won the early penalty that Gilberto Silva squandered. But Jens Lehmann, after that, had a couple of really important interventions, none more so than keeping out Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just moments after Arsenal had taken the lead with an astonishing reach. It's the first defeat for Manchester United, of course, and not the team to lose to. They will be feeling here. The William Gallas touch from Chelsea maybe has rubbed off on the Gunners. He's a winner at Old Trafford again. The final score here is Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1.
What a turn-up. He's absolutely delighted, isn't he, William Gallas? A lot of emotion and frustration, I suspect, in that as well. A Gunner now. He and the rest of them, top Gunners this afternoon. They've beaten Manchester United by 1-0. Big winners Chelsea, who won earlier. Today's results: Blackburn have won for the first time this season, beating Manchester City 4-2. Drogba's goal, and what a goal, beat Liverpool. Arsenal winners here. Nothing at White Hart Lane between Spurs and Fulham. West Ham 0, Newcastle 2. Obafemi Martins amongst their scorers. Don't forget football first tonight, 10 o'clock, Sky Sports 1. A first chance to see all of that football. Barclays Premiership looks like that. Sheffield United, Watford and Charlton now in the drop zone. Manchester City falling today, and Spurs. Liverpool as well. So too Wigan and Middlesbrough, as Blackburn jump into 12th. That's quite a movement. West Ham into the bottom half. Top will have changed fairly dramatically as well. Arsenal into 10th now. Newcastle up into 9th. No change for Fulham, Bolton or Reading. Villa stay 5th. Everton down into 4th. Chelsea into 3rd today to join Manchester United now on 12 points. The 100% record has gone. And Pompey, who went top yesterday, stay top tonight. There's more live football later. From Spain, Racing Santander, who are yet to get off the mark in Spain against Barcelona. It's Real Madrid against Real Sociedad. 7 o'clock, Sky Sports 1, right on the back of the last word. Tomorrow, from the conference, it's Crawley against Jim Smith's Oxford, 7:30, Sky Sports 1. Tuesday, we've got League Cup football.